Welcome back, everyone, to another exciting episode of Bushcraft Basics. Today we're going to talk about the toggle. A wooden toggle such as these is extremely useful in the outdoors, bushcraft, camping, hiking, that sort of thing. Best part is it's almost free. It just costs you a little bit of time to go ahead and whittle some out. However, I just want to show you another way of making these incredibly useful tools. I harvested a mulberry tree that had been destroyed in a recent storm, and I found some suitable wood on it, and I just wanted to show you how cool mulberry wood is. Mulberry is nice because it is technically, is it a hardwood or softwood? There's a lot of argument about that, but I've seen fence posts made out of mulberry and furniture. So to me, it's a hardwood. First thing you're going to want to do, regardless of what wood you want to harvest to make your toggles, is you want your sticks to be at least the diameter of your finger and at least a little bit longer than your palm. See how this one's just a little bit longer? And then go ahead and cut your pieces. And here's why I like mulberry. You can peel it like a banana. So step 2 is debark it. I'll bring you back when I'm done. Once you have your toggles stripped of bark, go ahead and take the knife of your choice and whittle the ends and round them. Once you have the ends rounded, now you can just place these somewhere warm out of the way and let them dry. It'll usually take about 4 days to a week. After a week of letting these dry, I then toss them into a toaster oven and set it to the warm setting, which is right around 150 or 130 to 150 degrees, and let it run for a couple hours. And I'd say these are pretty bone dry. And if you noticed, there's no checking or cracking. And that's why I really like this wood. It's pretty wood. Up here I've seen a few guys make furniture out of some pieces, which is really nice. Okay, so what can we do with toggles? Well, let's go outside and I'll show you. Okay, one thing we can do with 10 feet of paracord with a loop in it and a couple toggles, so we can hang our backpack on this tree. So let's do that. Keeps it off the ground and out of the mud. So we have it toggled here, and we have a marlin spike here. And we just take our backpack, feeding the handle through, and this keeps our backpack off the ground, out of the mud, and when we want anything, we can just come up here, open the pack, and get what we need. Very simple. That's one use of the toggles. Let's go look at some more. Another thing you can do with a toggle is to take line that you're going to put under load, wrap that line over itself a few times, and you can use this toggle like an improvised T-handle. Just like that. And this saves the line from cutting into your hand. Really simple. Another good use for a toggle. Another thing you can do with a toggle is we've toggled this load on this log here. We got our cam jam up here. Now we're just going to use another toggle here on this line to pull this whole load. Just like that, with a little toggle. And as you can see, this whole thing is suspended, and we can pull this toggle out as a quick release when we want to drop the log. Just make sure not to drop it on your feet. Another use for toggles. Also, with any ridgeline setup, it's always nice to have a quick disconnect. The ever useful toggle. So another use for a toggle is we have a line hooked up to this log and we want to drag this log. Here's our line. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the toggle as a handle so the line doesn't cut through our gloves into our hands, so we can move this log. Take your line, wrap it around your toggle, overlapping itself several times. Center the toggle. Whoops. Let's try that again. Wrap your line over your toggle, overlapping itself. Center your toggle. Grab it like so. Now we can pull this log. And when we're done and when we'll recover our line, pull our toggle out, pull our line out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can also use a toggle to pull out a tent stake if it has a cord on it. Real simple. Or you can use a couple toggles to help you tie a prusik loop. This way you don't cut your hands with the cord. And there's our prusik loop. If you have a tent stake that doesn't have a cord on it and it's pretty stubborn in there, you can take a prusik loop, put it around the tent stake, take your toggle, put it in, and pull your tent stake out that way. Very easy. And that is it for this episode of Bushcraft Basics and the ever useful toggle. As you've seen, the toggle has many uses, and this really only scratches the surface. There's probably a lot more uses out there. So if you have a use for the toggle that I didn't cover, why don't you hit me up down there in the comments and let everybody else know what you use toggles for, if you use them in the outdoors. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you later on out in those woods.